Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. And on today's video we are going to be making a fruit tree farm. We may add some other vegetables or something to this farm. I don't really know yet, but that is what I want to make. First things first though, I want to go ahead and remove all the remaining stumps and stuff in this area just to clear it up, because I do plan on making this fairly big. Don't really know how big just yet, but a pretty good size. And I still have all this random fencing here that we need to get rid of. This is at our very start of the island when we were trying to get, well, when we did get 3 stars. But yeah, I've always wanted to make one of these. This is definitely something very at the beginning of Animal Crossing, everyone wanted a fruit tree farm, and I think it'll be really fun to do that today. And I do believe someone actually left a comment about making a fruit tree farm. So if you did, thank you. I'll try to look to see if I can find it, and I'll pop your name up on the screen. But anyways, we're gonna finish up cleaning up around here, and then we can get started. I'm probably going to place it where the tractor is, just to fill in the area a little bit better, just because it is extremely bare right here. But I think we can fill it in really nicely, and kind of leave in even a opening to get in to the farm from this way, and I think it'll look really cool. I did have to randomly plant down this tree so I can go to islands to actually pick up some stuff. And you all, I'm telling you right now, it has never taken me this long to obtain fruits, but it took me over an hour to get all these fruits. It is absolutely insane how long it actually took me to do all that. I don't know why, but yeah, it took me forever. But thankfully, I got everything that I'll need for this build. At least I hope so. But yeah, anyways, we got most of everything cleared up over here. I guess I can go ahead and get rid of this rock as well, and then we can actually get started with this build. Let's see here. And also, random topic here, what islands are you guys building right now? I'm kind of curious. This is the first time when I'm actually on track with the seasons, with the spring and summer. But yeah, kind of curious. Let me know in the comments below. But let me grab a few things and we will get started. Okay, so now that I have gathered everything, now it's time to actually work on the concept of this. So I was thinking to actually use some dirt pathing. I think it can look cool. And since the tractor is there already, I'm gonna use that for the time being to kind of help guide me on how I want to place these. So I did see an idea about kind of edging these side areas here to make them look just more rounded. So I want to try that. And also I need to keep in mind where I'm actually going to plant these trees at, because I don't want them too close together. But I guess we will see, because this is actually going to turn out a lot larger than I was anticipating, which isn't a bad thing at all. But I want to make sure that I have enough room. I guess I could have, let me see something here, because I at least want, 3 trees. And that is how Animal Crossing works, because you can't plant something right there. So I guess this spot will be kind of voided out for the time being until I think of something to put there. But I think we can make it work. But I might have to kind of finagle it a little bit here. I don't mind if it's like extremely, because I want there's a space here too. So there's 5 in total, 5 different fruits that we need to use. So the dirt path, I might not have enough space simply to do it, but let me see. Okay, so this could work, but I'm gonna have to kind of put everything down first to see if I can. So this is the idea that I'm working with right here. I think it looks really clean. You're able to kind of shape the dirt, but I guess I can just simply do not this, but leave us. Actually, that might look kind of cool. I could be wrong though. Anyways, let me see. Let's go ahead and place down everything first, and then we'll see if this idea is actually going to work. Okay, well, after that big struggle there trying to figure out how I wanted to do this, came up with this. I think this is very fitting, and it doesn't take up too much space, just because I do feel like it going all the way over here may be just kind of a waste of space for all that. Now I could remove the tractor here to make it 3, which honestly, that does sound kind of cool. Let's go for it. Let's see what it looks like. Again, I might change my mind, but I like this format just because then I'm able to get an even amount of all the trees, and we can make it look really clean and nice, and put down some codes and stuff to help fill in the area a lot better. Because I do have some other items that I can use to help symbolize what tree it is, or even if I needed to, I can use some codes to help kind of fill in that. Now, this is the other thing I was kind of curious about, because if I did it like that, the spacing in between will not be as far. So I could then use up all of this area here, which, why not? Let's make it as big as possible to help fill in the area, and plus give us more stuff to decorate, and that is what I really want to do anyways, because I want to make something really cool in this just small little area, just to show that you don't have to do something big and crazy to come up with something really cool, because I'm kind of just going, you know, I don't know, free, I guess, I don't know, what do you say, like, I guess I'm just kind of, well, winging it. There you go. That's what I typically always do anyways. But if I do it like this, I wonder if we can still make it look okay. I wonder if I do it right there. So that's the other problem I'm coming to right now, is that it's a uneven number, so the hole is going to look a little bit weird. So what I could do then is just move this up, because it doesn't have to match this side with the fencing, because I still have one more space up there too that I can work with. So it's not the end of the world by any means, but hopefully this works out, because I don't want to kick up more path. So let's go ahead and finish this up, and then mark all of our holes for our trees, and then we can start planting. Okay, now that we have finally have our blueprint here, let's go ahead and start planting our trees. So first one I'm gonna plant is the strawberries. I wish there were strawberries. Cherries. Cherry is probably my least favorite fruit. Actually, that'd be kind of fun. Let me know in the comments what your favorite fruit tree is. Mine is probably the peach, and then apple and pear. Probably my top three. But you guys let me know in the comments what your alls are. I'm definitely curious to hear. We'll see everyone's favorite fruit tree. I do wish. Well, I hope in the new game, eventually when we do get it, that there are more fruit trees available. I do remember a long time ago before they patched it, they had these star trees. Now they were a glitched item or a hacked item, whatever you want to call it. But man, they were so cool. I unfortunately missed out on that, but man, I really wish they were still in the game because they looked really, really cool. I was able to do a few things before they got patched. That's all on my main island though, but still cool to kind of think about. You know, I always talk about this too. I hope that someday too they bring back the old islands, like when you actually use Nook Mile tickets, because we used to have so many cool islands before they got rid of them all. And also, who remembers when the museum, when you had to upgrade it in stages? Now it just fully upgrades. That was like when I guess they were still coming out with all the stuff, but you had to upgrade. I think upgrade it like 2 or 3 times, the museum, which is kind of crazy to think about. But this also helps me get a lot of Nook Miles, which I will need to order stuff eventually. So yeah, I actually have 20,000, which is pretty cool. But here is all of our fruit trees. Now what we can do is go around and we have a lot of stuff to plant. So I do, let me, right? Well, I'm trying to think here because I don't know if I plant them right, if I put stuff beside them, if they will grow or not. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and time travel a few days and then I'll be back and we'll see them all grown in. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and time traveled, and right here there should have been a peach tree, but I think we can use that to our advantage. I think we could put something there to kind of make everything look a little bit different, give it some interest, so I am okay with that. Now in the front here, I did go ahead and grab some boxes. Something really cool about the Cobra boxes is that a lot of them have the fruit on them. Actually, all of them do. So I'm gonna use that because I think it looks really cool. And honestly too, right here, I'm gonna be putting, okay, we might change where the boxes are at, but for right now, and because I got really lucky on that first one, I doubt that will happen again, but we might move them just because, wow, okay, I'm 2 for 2. That never happens. Okay, let's see. All right, I do not know how I just got all of those in order. Okay, cool. I will take that. All right, so it's really cool. All the boxes here, they go along with the trees. Now I need to grab some other goodies here to help fill in the area a little bit better. So let me go ahead and grab that and we will get the building. Okay, so I went ahead and grabbed a bunch of different items here. Now what I want to do for each of these trees, just like on top of the box, I just want to grab one of the corresponding fruit and drop it right on the box. Just it gives it a little bit more interest and it does make it look really cute. I think I did grab a little one too many fruits, but it will work out just the same. Now I could go with signs here, but I don't know in the future how many custom design paths I'm going to be using, so I'm trying to not use as many, but if I do need them and I think they'll look better, I will go ahead and do it. But if I can get away with it, I'm definitely going to try, because you never know. Custom design slots really do go away really quick, faster than you think, even though we do have quite a bit, but you just use so many different random ones, you're really never gonna know how many spots you're gonna need left. But here we are, it's super cute. And then in the middle here, so I know that we are, well, this one tree here didn't grow for some reason, so to counteract that, I'm gonna put a windmill right here. Now, I know this is gonna be a little finicky, so let me see. I don't know if it can be centered or not. Okay, thankfully it can. All right, cool. All right, I am I am really happy with that. So now what we're gonna do is we actually need to start placing down some paths, because in between here I do have like a little, I believe it's like wood, like a wooden path. I want to use that in between, again, just to help fill in the area, and it looks really cute, so why not? Let's see. Well, actually, we have this little garden path here, so we can sprinkle this in right in between all of them. Let me see. Now, it doesn't necessarily need to be perfect. Maybe we can do it on the in-between sections rather than going all the way across, because it can look a little bit like spammy, I guess, as in like overusing the path a little too much, which can work against you sometimes, because I don't know, it just makes it look really, I don't know, like odd. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I don't want to kick up any more path today. So I'm gonna play it safe and do it like this, because I do think it will give it a really nice effect overall. All right, making sure I have everything pathed in between, because here too, I wonder, you know what, I doubt you'll ever see this, but just an off chance someone does see it and it bothers them, I'm gonna go ahead and place down some pathing right here on the very end. I know the trees kind of cover it, so it doesn't really matter, but why not? Might as well place it down where I can. Okay, so now that we got all the pathing in between everything, we can go ahead and start going on the outside. So I have been doing a bunch of random fences around here, and that is what I plan to continue to do. Again, to cage off everything, which is, I think, is important. Definitely gives it a really nice look. Now, I want there to be a way to go in here. So what I could do is I can make a random dirt path right here that leads into it. Now, I guess I could just do like a circle. I mean, that could look cool, I guess. I think it will fill in the area very nice. So I guess it will work, because then you can go in just like this, because I want this to be accessible. Let's see. And then we can put that one down, and there we go. All right, that looks really nice. I'm actually really happy with that. And now with this, I want to finish up this area right here, just filling in more, just so, I mean, I'm not going to be decorating the beaches. There's really no need on this island to do so. So if I don't have to, I am definitely not going to, because doing anything with beaches is not particularly fun. But I don't want to block these off. So what I'm going to do, this is big brain right here. I don't want to fill in these areas. So, because if I do that, see, look what will happen. Not going to really see the box that good. So to help us with that, I'm just going to avoid the boxes all on their own, because if you go down this way, you can't go over here anyways, so no big deal. And then the barbed wire fencing once again. And then over here in this area, we've been using them all around, and I think it's a good place to continue. Actually, I wonder, so we had to take away our tractor, so how about we do this? We can place our tractor here. Let's see. I wonder, I think I can push it up one more. No, okay, I can't. So what we can do now is I went ahead and grabbed some of my trusty wheat fields here, and we are going to place them surrounding all of the tractor. And plus, it can help fill in this empty area over here, because it is going to be really bare if I don't do anything. Okay, awesome. I want it to be as close as possible. Now, I probably don't have enough wheat fields on me, because I think I only grabbed 6, but trust me, I have a lot in my bank, so no big deal there. Now, let me see. I think, yeah, I need to move up one more space because placing down wheat fields is really tedious because it hardly ever kind of lines up, but we only need a few more and then we can place them down here, so no big deal. And now I did grab a few other things to decorate around here. So over in this spot here, I wanted, actually, I'll tell you what, let's use the stacked bags right there. Very nice. This is working out, man. I was kind of nervous at first, but I am really liking how everything is turning out. Now over here, we can go ahead and just start simply fencing everything off. That is really going to help cage off this area. Well, it is going to cage off this area and make everything come together. And we still have this little nice spot in between, which I was really worried about. Actually, it needs to go one more out because I didn't want to move the roads that much, so it worked out. And I want there to be spacing in between all of the little entrance points here because I want you to be able to just go straight down. So we need to make sure we are putting them all on the same one. Now I'm not going to probably do the road today just because I don't really know where the road is going to go quite yet. So I'm going to play it safe and not add any road pathing down because I don't want to have to redo anything. And plus, I really need to think about where I want the road to go. And that is where you guys come in. If you guys have any recommendations on any future builds, please let me know. I am down to hear anyone's suggestions. Definitely really does help me out. And plus, it might help someone out there out a lot, and that is what I'm all about, helping people in the community. Let's see. Very good. I really do like these fences. It makes everything look really rustic and stuff, and that's what I want my Spring-core to look like. Well, my Spring-core island to look like. All right, so now, for the most part, it looks pretty much completed, but I want to add more things. So let me grab a few more items here, and we'll start placing down more items. All right, first thing I want to put down is all these wheat fields, because honestly, if I don't, I will forget. I tend to do that. I just get really excited and move on to the next thing and forget to fill in the rest of the area. I really need to put away all these fruits. Oh my god. All right, I think that is Ursula. Yeah. All right, we're going to avoid her at all costs. I was really hoping during this process with all the time traveling, I could have got rid of her, but unfortunately no thought bubble had appeared just yet, because honestly I would villager hunt today, and villager hunting is really tedious, but yeah, it didn't show up. I was really hoping so though. She's definitely my least favorite villager, but anyways, this should be the last wheat field, and voila, that looks really nice. So now if we come around here, it should be filled in all the way, which is what I wanted. That's really cool. Definitely a nice little touch. I think so, at least. And now above here, what I wanted to add is, I don't know if I actually have another silo over here, and I do have another silo. Okay, so what we can do in return is, I want there to be some height. So what we can do this can act as the corner. I wanted to add another silo right here, kind of wedge it in this corner here, and plus it'll give it a big, like, I don't know, like a wow factor is the word, but it would just look nice, I think. Oh, okay, well, I don't have one, it seems. I could be overlooking it. Give me a second, let me go grab that. Okay, so now I have grabbed my silo, and I also grabbed a few other things that I think could look pretty cool in this general area here. So I went with a different color. I went with a red, just to add some contrast to everything. And then also over here, I want there to be a utility pole, again just giving more height and interest to the build overall, because this is a rural city, but they do have electricity. I can't leave them stranded like that. And then also too, what I wanted to do over in this corner, just because I want to fill in the area a little bit at least. I think this is gonna be kind of cute. I grabbed a bottle crate and grabbed some apple juice. Why not? It can act like someone just harvested it or whatever it may be. I just thought it was a cute idea, and I want to fill in these areas a little bit more with different items. I don't know if I want to really shake the trees or not, or if I just need to leave it bare because it's like a really maintained fruit tree farm. But let me see if I have anything else I can use. Oh yeah, I did grab these. So I was thinking, tell you what, we can actually probably put this in the corner here. So I grabbed a water hose. I think this can be really cool. Like they're watering the trees. You probably won't be able to see it, but it's a nice little touch, I think. And then over here, I wanted there to be some things too. So I grabbed this water pump because why not? I think it looks really cool and cute. I wonder though, I tell you what, I do think I want you to be able to see this. So I wonder if by moving one of the fences and placing this down, you can see it just a little bit better. You know what? I'm gonna roll with that. I think that is really cute, and plus, it actually does have a little effect if you do click on it. That's really, I say old school, but man, I feel like this game has been out forever. I did grab, I tell you what, I wonder in a, not necessarily a corner, but I wonder if, I'm debating on where I want to put this at and if it will look good, but we can try it out. It may be too big to put here, but I grabbed this simple workbench and it does fit. You know what? I think I'm gonna leave that there. I think that's really cool. It adds to the effect, I feel like. And then I did grab another item. It's just some sacks you can place down. And you know what? Why not? Let's place it right here. I don't know if there is an actual like pattern on it or not. We will see though. Okay, cool. I'm fine with that. Let me go grab a few more things, see if there's anything else I want to place down, and we can wrap up this build. So I did grab just some weeds rather. I wanted to see if this would look good or not. I don't know if it might be too much. I could sprinkle it in here and there though, just to see what it would look like. But I think it will give some more interest to the ground floor at least, to where it's not so bare. There are paths though to indicate where to walk at, so it's not like I'm just making it look overgrown by any means. But I think it can look cool. So just like kind of here and there, I want to put in just some weeds to help fill in the gaps a little bit for me, just so it doesn't look like just a brown blob. It's just here, especially right here. I feel like it needed something. And then maybe, can I plant anything right here? I don't know. I'll tell you what, why not? Let's just put it in these gaps too. And then let me see if there's any other little voids that I want. I don't want it to be on every single path, but just enough to get the picture of what I'm going for. And I do think that looks really nice. Now, I don't know if I want to add any flowers. If I want to add anything, I would just add it later on. But for right now, I am pretty pleased. Let's go ahead and wrap up everything and do our final walkthrough. And that is going to wrap up today's video on our fruit tree farm. I really hope you guys did enjoy today's video. This was definitely a really fun one, really different and nostalgic, I feel like. But yeah, if you guys did like today's video and don't want to miss out on any more Animal Crossing content in the future, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And as always guys, if you have any recommendations or just want to talk to me, don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know too, what type of island theme are you doing right now? I'm very interested to see what everyone is doing. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time.